Hi, everyone. Welcome to this WBZ Web Update. I'm Ken McLeod, and here are some of the stories making news right now. The NTSB is investigating a small plane crash in Keene, New Hampshire that claimed the lives of 2 people on board. Federal and state investigators were combing through the wreckage today, searching for clues. The small plane crashed into a barn shortly after takeoff just before 7 last night, and the resulting fire spread to an adjacent multifamily home. No one in that house was injured, but the building is badly damaged and residents will need other places to stay. The single-engine Beechcraft is owned by Monadnock Aviation in Keene. State police are investigating a deadly crash on Route 93 in Wilmington last night. A man driving a motorcycle in the northbound lanes was killed. It happened around 9:30. No other vehicles were involved, but the crash tied up traffic for several hours after investigators closed all but one lane of traffic. Early voting has begun in Massachusetts. All registered voters in the state now have the opportunity to cast their ballots in person early or vote by mail. Every town and city is required to offer a certain number of early voting hours, as well as weekend voting hours. Early voting runs until November 4th. Swarms of spectators are gathered on both sides of the Charles River this weekend for the Head of the Charles Regatta. Thousands of rowers from around the globe are taking part in the world's premier rowing event, a 3-mile race upstream on the Charles. The regatta ends tomorrow, and the weather today could not have been better. And with that in mind, let's check on the forecast with meteorologist Jacob Wyckoff.
Ken, we had highs today that reached into the upper 60s to near 70 degrees, 68 officially at Boston Logan Airport, but you step away from the airport and we were well into the 70s, low 70s for areas right along the Charles River. But we do have some clouds that are starting to build on in. This is in advance of what will be our next rainmaker arriving tomorrow. And if you're along the south coast, you're actually going to see some of that rain earlier than others. In fact, it plays out like this. High pressure departs. We start to build the clouds, and by, let's say, late morning, early afternoon, the Cape and Islands seeing the first raindrops falling. I think as early as the mid-afternoon, seeing it through Boston, through central Mass, and this will continue to kind of overspread the area. Now, Monday morning looks to be fairly wet too, with some downpours, southerly winds, so we're back into the 60s as you go into Monday. Notice how we're holding on to some of those showers too as we go into Monday afternoon. Generally an unsettled pattern. Sunday and Monday, those rain chances will be around, and then we're going to dip them just a little bit, but not a zero rain chance as you go into Tuesday and Wednesday. So we just stay unsettled for the upcoming week. Today we hit in the upper 60s, and the next 7 days play out like this. We are back into the upper 50s for your Sunday, low 60s for Monday, staying unsettled as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, but with the southerly wind, we're above average. And look at Thursday, low 70s for your highs.
Wow.
Ken?
All right, Jacob, thanks. That is a check on your top stories from CBSBoston.com. We hope you have a great night. We'll see you next time.